Good evening, good evening, and good evening. This is Eric Castano, and welcome to Tailor Made Sports Radio. Mr. Aaron Ross will not be here this evening. He had a prior engagement. I am here and joined by the lovely wife, Miss Marquita Bianca Castano.
Hey, babes.
How you doing, honey?
I'm good. How are you?
Pleasure always seeing you live
in the booth.
Live and beautiful in the booth.
You know, shout out to Xavier because he got me hooked up in the booth today, so I look official.
And, you know, shout out to the Hello Kitty earpieces.
Hold on, wait a second.
Because she got the Hello Kitty earphones.
It's not product placement or anything, ladies and gentlemen. We're not there yet as a station.
So
we will get there though.
And they are matching their red hair. So you have to give product placement where product placement is due.
The backdrop helps me.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So how's everything going?
It's going good.
How's the week been?
The week has been so busy.
I know, right?
And it's hot.
I say this like we don't see each other every day and every time we go
and
home,
every morning. And then we rode here together.
It's always an interesting week. Even though we live together and we do life together, there's still life beyond the doors.
That's true.
So of course, it's always.
And you're kind of my best friend.
Ditto.
That's my best friend. That's my best friend. I
That's
don't even know how the song goes. Xavier, do you know how the song goes? No. Go best friend, go best friend, go.
Go best friend, go best friend, go.
Okay.
Crazy week this week. I tell you that. It's been a lot of.
Let's talk about it.
A lot of new things that have been going around. I've been seeing, and let me talk. First of all, let me just start by talking about last week because I want to give a shout out to Mr. Antonio Jones.
You know what?
I like saying this name, Antonio Jones.
Antonio has such great conversation.
Yeah, he was definitely a pleasure to talk to, a pleasure to speak with. Definitely had a lot of knowledge of the cardinal cloth.
Yeah.
Knowledge about the.
Why'd you say cloth like that, though, babe? I hope you guys end up watching this. Go to Tailor Made Sports Radio YouTube, Radio Fresh Radio YouTube, because you have to see my husband visually. It just doesn't do it justice just to hear his voice.
But either way, shout out to Antonio Jones, though, for real, though. I really enjoy interviewing him. Definitely was a good time speaking with him.
He's a cool guy.
Good guy. He also is the head coach, or the JV coach rather, for Norfolk Collegiate.
Yeah.
Doing major things out in Norfolk Collegiate. You definitely got a good one there at Norfolk Collegiate. You guys got to make sure you take care of him.
Yeah, and he loves the kids.
Got a very good program over there, and he's definitely going to make big waves over there at Norfolk Collegiate. So I'm very glad to see that things are going to be going well for Antonio in that department.
I love it. I loved everything he had to say, talking about the kids and how he goes about, coaching, and just his perspective is super grounded, and I think that's great.
So hopefully now, moving forward with Antonio, we're going to be talking now this week with our guest, and I'm excited to talk to him in a couple of minutes. This is one of my, as you can see here, we have the boxing gloves this week.
Yes, the gloves are off.
The gloves are off this week, and my guest is going to be here in a little bit. We'll give it to talk to him. But I tell you what, this week in boxing news
has been insane. Okay, wait. Can I hold on, wait. Time out.
She gets excited. Let me just say, she gets excited about when it comes to boxing.
I have been I guess sports in general, but I feel like from week to week, I just get excited to talk because me and you talk sports at home.
Right.
And so now we get to actually do it and do have a voice, and people get to listen to it, and they get to chime in, which I really can appreciate. And I love that, like buttholes, everybody has an opinion. Right. Yes. And we can give ours, and it's okay.
Right.
But I was so excited to come on to talk not wrestling. We were talking about wrestling on the way here. But boxing on the way here or for today. So I am.
So I'm excited to talk about that because this week's news, of course, the headline of all week was the presser of Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. Beyond the fact that you see everything else, I mean, everything that you always see the NBA, the Major League Baseball and everything, but this week has been the big news has been
all
the Conor
about
McGregor
it.
and Mayweather, and
especially since that conference.
It's been bananas. The pressers were off the hook. A bunch of slurs, all kinds of banter.
Let's talk about it.
I tell you what, I enjoyed it. There was a lot of. I think more than anything, it just goes to show you where has become in boxing, because boxing. To me, I watched boxing for a long time, and boxing always has been one of those things where it was a lot of hype and showmanship, before you got to the fight, before you got to the ring, there was a whole aspect of, I'm going to talk to you this kind of way. I'm going to get you all into your head before I step into the ring. And that was a mental breakdown before you actually took the beat down.
Right. The foreplay of it all.
So Muhammad Ali did that very well. Mike Tyson did that extremely well. I'm gonna eat your kids. You know, that was Mike Tyson's, you know.
Or an ear.
Or I'm going to bite your ear. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say that for example. But, you know.
Well, it's
the
not.
Things of that nature.
It's not fake if it's a fact.
Yeah, you know, so one of the things that I was hearing a lot was just the whole, was it acceptable? Was Conor McGregor taking it too far? Was Floyd Mayweather, you know, speaking out of turn as far as the slurs? Was there a lot of homophobic slurs?
How do you feel about it?
Listen, I feel like this. I feel like boxing is a combat sport, just like MMA sport, just like MMA is. And this is the hype up before the fight. Okay. So if, for example,
hold on. So in that, is everything okay? Like, is it completely open?
I feel like it is. I feel like anything and everything is no holds barred when it comes to these combat sports.
Now, so second question for this. Do you think that since we are in an age of everyone being offended, that people are taking it a little bit more to heart than they would have maybe back in like the Mike Tyson days?
Probably. Some people are probably taking it to heart. But once again, you're not boxing. You're not getting ready to get your face smashed in, or you're not ready to
smash.
You're not going to get your teeth kicked in when you get into the ring. So if I'm sitting here, you know, talking out of turn to somebody, for example, in this case, Floyd McGregor and Mayweather, they're going at each other. They're talking about, you know, illiteracy, homophobia. They're calling each other.
Now that was funny.
It was funny.
Wait, when McGregor said, "Why do you have a book bag? You can't even read."
It was funny.
I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, it was funny.
I'm sorry.
But so some people might take that offensive. They may, you know, you should have made fun of people that can't read. But here's the thing.
Well, but he's making fun of Mayweather because he can't read.
Exactly. They're not.
It's not
once
people.
Again,
just you.
Somebody might take offense to that and say, "Oh, you shouldn't be making fun of some people that can't read." But you know what? Mayweather's comeback was, "I don't need to read. All I need to know is I can see the zeros on my check.
Absolutely.
And see how much money I'm
making.
So
it really didn't.
Again, this is a band. This is all about entertainment. So in the combative side of it all, to me, is where it all comes full circle. Because at the end of the day, you can talk about my mom. You can talk about the way my mom looks. You can say, you can call me homophobic slurs. You can say whatever you want to say. But when the date comes and we put these gloves on and we get in that ring, I'm going to take all that stuff you've been talking about.
Right, and use it.
And I'm going to get right up in you with these lefts and rights to your face and to your body until you keel over. So that's my point.
Keel over. I don't even know if that's supposed to be in the sport.
You know,
right.
And that's the whole purpose of this whole presser. They started off in I think it was Los Angeles.
Right. They did a couple. L.A.,
then they went to Toronto, then they went to New York, and then they went to London.
Right.
And I think by the time they got to Los Angeles, New York, it kind of lost its steam a little bit because they were like, but you heard the one-liners one too many times. This was that.
Well, but that's where the big blow-up happened because McGregor was talking about that he was black from the waist down, which, can I say, I'm not offended by that. But I'm not offended by a lot. So, you know, once again, it kind of goes back to you. Entertainment value. Let's call a spade a spade. There are regular dudes standing on the side of like Church Street saying the same exact line and no one's getting mad.
At Church Street.
Well, because it's relative and local to where we are. But the point is, there's people, you know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden we have a problem with it because Conor McGregor says it, because he's an Irish man. I don't know. I don't know, but I didn't have a problem with it.
I just thought
he did an ode to Biggie.
He was wearing a polar mink.
Was so
not a polar mink, a polar coat,
and floral pants. That left
which was,
no room for any imagination.
A rather loud fashion statement, so to speak. And shout out to Conor McGregor because he does have some dope suits.
He really does.
I will give him that.
He does, because that blue one was amazingly custom and tailored. It was crazy.
Incredible taste in suits. And the way I love his stylist, But the one that really caught me with the attention was the pinstripes.
The FU pinstripe.
The FU pinstripes on
suit.
it was.
Did you see that, Xavier?
Superb.
Oh my gosh.
Superb.
Well, who didn't?
That was
right?
That was a little bit cut above the rest than anything I've actually seen.
Yeah, crazy.
That's called super custom.
Yes.
That was super custom.
Okay, so wait. How does this phone call go? Boop. Yes, hi. This is McGregor's assistant, Lorraine. I'm calling to place a custom order, an appointment for Mr. McGregor. Can you see him on Saturday at 12 p.m.? Sure. Do you know maybe like what he might be looking for? Yeah, we were thinking about a pinstripe suit that was labeled FU. Can you guys do that? Do you do that? No? Lorraine? Lorraine.
Hold on,
silent pause.
Let me talk to my people in the back.
Let me...
Hey, can somebody get the FU fabric in the back in the back rear?
Bring it on out
to the front because we want to get that for Conor
Lorraine
McGregor.
comes back to the phone call. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll see you on Saturday
How much
for his
is that
appointment.
Gonna cost?
It doesn't even matter. We'll see you on Saturday for his appointment.
$5,000.
Thank you. Boop.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, but the suit, though, however, was by far one of the signature pieces that Conor McGregor was wearing.
I
think that was dope. And then he went to Toronto.
Sports and fashion.
And he had a nice. I think it was a light blue or a sky blue suit that he had.
That was tailored impeccably.
Cut to superbness.
Impeccably. It was ridiculous.
Ridiculously
yes.
cut. It was very sharply well cut and made. I was very impressed. But Conor McGregor lives for stuff like this.
Yeah, he does.
And now, not to say nothing about Floyd, because I've seen Floyd in some
he can dress when he wants to dress.
suits all the time.